Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Hot Toys 6-scale action figure of Deadpool. Never mind that the packaging says DP, and to me, DP means something completely different. Here's a quick look at the packaging, which has a very fun, very busy kind of design to it, but it does have some glossy, worded elements to it, and there's a bullet holes on the front and the back of the outer sleeve. The inner section is pretty simple, but it does feature a shot of Deadpool in the back holding his own Hot Toy, so that's pretty cool. So the tailoring and the overall fabric and design of this costume looks pretty good. Like the actual texture of the red looks really good compared to how it looks in the movie. The only kind of nitpick I have is just the way some of the sewing's done here. Like it doesn't lay flat on his chest here. You see this little pinch point right here where the red meets the black. Gets a little pointy right there at the bicep. So it could be a little bit tighter, or that seam could lay a little bit flatter. Other than that though, the dimensions of the costume kind of stay as the dimensions as they should. You know, his boots look good. We'll do a closer look at that in a moment. The contrast of black to red looks good. One thing I got to point out though, when mine came out of the packaging, this little pouch was hanging down by a thread. It was completely not connected and sewn in the back here. So that's kind of annoying. I've contacted Sideshow to see if I can get a replacement, but as it stands, it just sort of floats right there. I just sort of jam it in there. But yeah, the belt looks good. Again, the texture of the red is really good. We can go in for a closer look here. You can just see sort of the texture of the fabric, that little kind of cross pattern there. It looks really good. The black is a little bit smoother. But yeah, just overall, looks great. I love the black shoulder panels and the black strap going across the front. The kind of little bullet hole kind of damage. There's some damage on the front there, some dirtying. You can see it right there, on his arms. Articulation on this is pretty good. I haven't had any real problems with it. There are some limitations. So if you want to get them there it goes. Perfect T-pose, you're not going to have that, and it's 45-degree angles. Same thing with his legs. If you want him to do the splits, that's not going to happen. It's more like a 45-50-degree angle. But the knees, the elbows, the wrists are all pretty strong. The little torso crunch is really good. You can get his waist in some good positions. The fabric is soft enough that he does kind of flex and move well. It's not too restrictive. It's not too tight. Even the limitation of the legs there, you can still get a pretty good stretch. And again, it's kind of loose, but still has the appearance of tight fabric, so that's good. I just want to give you guys more of a closer look at his legs, his knees. The detail on the boots are really good. The strap going around his boot and kind of shin guards look awesome. I love the detail of the nails there on the red panels on his shoes. So some nice details on this. I mean, I can say details a lot, but duh, it's Hot Toys. It's what they do. The holsters look good. The rivets on the belt look good. This section on his back looks really good. And I could go ahead and just attach this magnetically. It's his sword holster. Yeah, I might as well now just go ahead and show you guys the guns going into the holsters themselves. They fit in really easily. There's no restrictions there. And they look pretty good. Also, the knife fits into the little leg sheath like so. And the swords go into the back really easily. Hey, there we go, I put it in. Well, that's what she said. In fact, here we go. 2 swords, here's the DP. Ready? Yeah! Now this figure's head is freaking awesome. It's like a solid sculpted thing. It's not made of fabric, but it's sculpted to read like fabric. The texture on it's great. The stretch around the mouth looks good. The little stretch in the back, his little back nubbin looks awesome. There's a little bit of dark paint highlighting the edges of where it's sewn. Gives it kind of a dirty and worn look. The wrinkle in the back looks awesome. The so-called stitching going down the top of his head looks great. I really dig the way the head turned out. It matches the fabric of the chest perfectly. Sometimes when you have a sculpted thing and a fabric thing, they don't necessarily line up. But this lines up really well. It also comes with some alternate eye expressions. And, the main head's squinty, like classic squinty eyes. These are more like more intense. This one's got more raised brows, extra raised brows, like a little more surprise. These are the more standard eyes. These are slightly squinty, and then these look like little laughing funny eyes. And the way you detach and reattach the elements is it comes with this little magnet plug here, and try to pop these off. At least, well, the magnet's attaching. The little sections aren't popping out though, so that's fun. Really, you can just use your hand to like remove the pieces. Although once you remove the initial ones once, then they kind of come out with the magnet better, like so, with a little magnetic holder. I guess they're just a little in there tight that first time. You don't need to use the magnetic piece to put them in though, because there's little magnets in the back, and they fit right in. This is just better for removing them. Here he is with one of the squinty eyes, and then I'm just going to put in one of these wider eyes there. And then from the other set, I'm going to put in this eye, and now you've seen all the different eye variations. The figure comes out of the package with fist hands, but it comes with 5 alternate pairs of hands, including these grip hands for gripping the sword. We've got like the standard gun grip hand for gripping the gun. It comes with 2 of those. We've also got these kind of like spazzy hands, which I really dig, and I like that they did the texture on the inside of the palms. But I like the spazziness of these fingers. They're spread apart. The detail on the top of them looks really good. These little rivets here. I love these fingers. You've got the little pointing finger and then kind of gun finger. A lot of fun hands that, you know, create some fun expressions. You know, we've got the facial expressions, but also hands can create a lot of personality when you're posing the figure. You've got the okay and the thumbs up here. So a lot of fun personality stuff here. We also got extra wrist pegs and extra little silver thingies that I think go on the edges of the pouches should those ever kind of break off, which I'm sure they will. Here's also just a better look at the sword. You can see that it's got an actual metal blade and the black handle. It's really simple, but it's cool looking. Also, here's just a close-up look at the knife, which also has a little tiny, I can't tell if it's plastic or metal. I feel like, yeah, it's plastic blade, but it's got a nice little detailed surface right there, the grip surface. And then his 2 guns. They're identical, but here's a look at both of them. And yeah, the little, I have really short nails right now, so it's hard for me to pull this out. That's what she said. There we go. So there's the bullet right there on top of the magazine, and the little top section. Yeah, this does not cock back. Ah, well. But this does slide back, and you can see there's a little bullet right there. So that's a really cool feature. Oh hey, I also forgot to show you these. Deadpool comes with these tiny little weapons, and yeah, they're kind of easy to overlook because they're so little. The figure also comes with this nifty display stand, which has the Deadpool logo and font on it, and some little blood splattering. And it just, you know, has like a standard little C-clamp that you just pop on top, and then screw this on, and you are good to go. So now here's a pose, and here's a pose, and here's a pose, and here's a pose, and here's another pose, and another pose, and another, and another. All in all, this figure is pretty awesome. It retails for $235, and this isn't the good old days when Hot Toys used to cost $180, $190. It seems to be the new standard is like $215 to $235, and for $235 you get a lot of cool accessories. You get a lot of different eye things, a lot of different hand things, a couple of guns, a couple of swords, and all that allows you to get them into some really expressive poses. So for that alone, the value of $235 for all the different poses you can put them in is great. If I had any kind of complaints or nitpicks, it would be that I wish the holsters weren't so flat. The surface, I wish they kind of curved to match the thigh more. They kind of lay too flat. Also, I think it'd be cool if it came with an alternate head. You know, we have a lot of scenes in the movie with maskless Deadpool with his burned face, and I think it'd be cool if when Hot Toys made characters who go masked and unmasked, made the toys masked and unmasked. However, even if they did include a burned Ryan Reynolds head, I'd still be rocking this head all the time because it's way cooler and way more iconic, so who cares? In the end, this is a rad figure that I'm really, really happy with. I think if you're a fan of Deadpool, you're gonna dig this figure. It's freaking awesome. Thanks for watching, everybody, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all that crap.